All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another Blender tutorial. In this one, we're just going to be doing some setup. You should watch, if don't leave, you should watch this video first before you watch my other tutorials, because this is going to help you set up your project and it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, so click out of this. The first thing we're going to do, and the reason we're doing this is we're going to save a startup file. So we're going to save a bunch of stuff so that every time we open up a new project, we're not going to have to set all these things up, like lighting and materials and all that stuff. There's a lot more advanced stuff, but for now we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to do a material and a light. So we'll go to our materials tab. We have a material here. We're going to name this. I am working on game development, so I'm going to name this according to how I'm going to be using it in the game. So it's going to be Matt underscore, so it's easy to search in the engine, and this is just going to be a general material. Actually, let's just do generic, and we will call this underscore medium, because I'm actually going to end up making 3 materials here. So let's just do plus plus, create new. Spelling looks good. We will set the base color. We're going to press the yellow button here. We'll use an image texture. Click open. Artistic. Textures. Low poly. And this is our dark, so we'll select the one labeled darker. I will share these 3 in the description below the video. We'll do light. Same thing. Base color. Set the image texture. Press open. Back to our artistic folder, textures, low poly. This one. And then for our medium, do the same thing. Base color, image, open. Oh, come on, it doesn't save the directory. Low poly. And that one. Okay. Now we have our materials set. We can go to our lighting tab. So we'll select the light from the hierarchy over here, so it's easy to find. I'm going to use a sun, and I know I want the strength up to 4. I just want a bright sun. I'm not looking for realism here. I just want a nice bright sun. Let's move this out of the way because this is generally in the way. G to grab. Move this over here. While the sun is still selected, I'll press Shift T. And this is going to direct the sunlight to wherever my cursor is pointing. So I'm just going to point it directly at the box. There we go. So we have direct sunlight on an angle. I'll do Shift A. I'm going to add a plane. G to grab, Z along the Z axis. Bring it down under the box. S to scale. And there we go. We now have like a workable platform. So that I'll show you here. Press F12 and render this out. We have the shadows we can see. If we didn't have the platform there, we wouldn't get to see any of the nice shadows, and it wouldn't look too good. So we got our platform, we got our light set up. Let's go to our project settings here, workspace. I want to be able to snap to objects. Hold on, let's go into tab. Okay, so in edit mode, options, select auto merge, threshold 001. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe even we put this to 0.01. There we go. Tab back into object mode. Got our light set up, we got our materials set up, we got our plane set up. Now, generally when you first come into your project, you're not going to want to see this plane, so we'll just turn it off. There we go. Click the eye in the inspector, but it'll still be there when we do our renders. Okay, material, light. We got our plane, we got our camera, maybe adjust our camera slightly. So I'll press 0 on the numpad and then Shift tilde, the squiggly line beside the 1, and then we'll use the FPS keys to just zoom out and then confirm it with left click on the mouse. There we go. Okay, I think everything's done. We're ready to go to File, Defaults, Save Startup File, and then this will pop up. Make sure you click that. And now, if we go to File, New, General, Whoops. Okay, so where we leave our camera is also where it's going to start every time. So we don't want it right in that camera. So maybe I'll just do there. That looks nice. Okay, default, save startup file. And now we go File, New, General. And now we have our materials set up, our lighting set up. We can even adjust our render settings. If we want to use Eevee or cycles, we can save that. Our dimensions, I'm going to set this to 50% just so I can get those fast renders down. Press F12. Now every time we open a new project, this will be ready to go. I should also mention before I go that if you mess something up or you're just sick of it or maybe you're working on something else now and you're not really sure what you've done, you can go File, Defaults, and you can load your factory settings. And that'll save over your save file.